with Vast, which is essentially the goal there is I think it's super important that people like get off the planet and out into the solar system and kind of start expanding where humans can live. And, you know,
just before you get into why do you think that's important?
Well, yeah, because basically, you know, if you imagine this world where there's like millions of billions of people living in space, I mean, I think it's like, not only is it economically better, like there's a lot of resources up there and energy and stuff that we could harvest. And like, it's like, you know, like in terms of just like GDP, it's worth it, right?
Buyer beware. And so if I have one message for those listening who are buying meme coins, buyer beware. And I think the message is loud and clear from the regulators. What we think will happen is there will be some fearsome declines in the prices of some of these meme assets. And, you know, there's nothing like losing money for people to learn. And they'll learn that the SEC and regulators are not taking responsibility for these meme coins.
Some higher inflation over the next year must be related to tariffs. We know from the surveys. But if you look out 5 years or the 5 year forward, you'll see that break-evens are either flat or actually slightly down in the case of the longer-term one. So going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China. But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, you know, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, you know, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will. During that auction that we saw a little bit before, the attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction; it was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Bitcoin and crypto pulled back along with stocks. And don't forget, we have options today in cryptos and stocks. So that's the reason why we're pulling back. If you're part of the stock Patreon, make sure you're looking at your calendar on a monthly basis. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates down again, but we know they're going to be creeping up. We have the dollar slightly up. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at 192 billion yesterday. Make sure you pull that on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates high for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And we see Trump speeding up the destruction of the legacy market. And we know these rates high for longer. It's definitely weighing on the consumer. And then on top of it, we're about to get tariffs. And in my NWO book, I let you know if it wasn't for crypto, the global economy would crash. We know all fiat dies. And that's the reason why stable coins are so important. And we have the ECB's lane backs a CBDC to avoid rising stable coin risk. And remember, this is a plan and moves in phases. They're going to allow these private issuers with these stable coins, and then we're going to see the Fed and these central banks pull the rug, and crypto will be the blame of the fall of this legacy economy. Remember, these central banks are not going to give up control of the money supply. Remember, we heard that from Gary Gensler. They're not going to give you control inside the system. They'll use your technology, but you're definitely not going to gain control. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the SEC Crypto Task Force will begin their first roundtable today at 1. And then also we have the Australia government outlines a new crypto regulation plan. And remember, guys, it doesn't matter what country you go to. They all have a plan for this fourth industrial revolution, this new digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs right now are down. Now we have Canary Capital has filed for a Pengu ETF. And we're seeing a lot of these crypto filings. And again, they normally do a futures first before they do a spot. And we have the New York Stock Exchange files proposal to allow staking on Bitwise Ethereum ETF. And of course, once we get stablecoin regulation, staking is going to be a part of that. It's nothing but gaining yield, interest. And remember, staking is all about timing. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Tron officially goes live on Solana. Also, we have Kraken acquires NinjaTrader for $1.5 billion to expand its U.S. derivatives trading capabilities. And we see CME is definitely going to have some competition down the road because eventually everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. So not only will these exchanges be handling cryptos, but they'll also be handling stocks. And never forget what the bank man was working on. This $100 trillion derivatives market on blockchain being ran by an algorithm without a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Bitcoin-focused MetaPlanet appoints Eric Trump to advisory board. And we see the Trump family pushing crypto. Why? Because it's the new economy. They're all about the money. And then lastly, we have Jed Mccaleb'S, and we know that's the founder of Stellar's XLM, was with Mt.Gox, was with Ripple, and he aims to launch his company, Vast Commercial Space Station, Haven 1, into orbit and secure a NASA contract by 2026. And guys, we know when it comes to the drums of beating in space, they get trillions and trillions of dollars. And that money is never accounted for. So guess what? We call that money laundering. Now, those of us been in this from the beginning, we've seen Jed McCaleb go untouched. While people going to jail, getting fined, he's quietly sitting back. So we know he's definitely a piece of the puzzle when it comes to the NWO plan. And don't forget, a lot of these cryptos, the names are surrounded around space. And that's how we know Star Wars is definitely coming. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.